to Unsigned 518. I am here with Jody Cowan of Beat Shot Music and JB, a.k.a. Dirty Moses of everything.
Also of everything. Beat Shot Music, Just Because Entertainment.
Yeah. So we're here. We just want to talk about, this is, like I said, a special episode, so we're going to drop it when it's the appropriate time. And the special episodes are episodes that are focused on something that's like happening now. I always say regular episodes could be like, 2 years from now, you go back and listen and it's still fine. But this is about a very specific event. And more importantly, more events like this very specific event that we want to kind of turn people on in the Capital District too. So I guess what I'm going to do is, Jody, I'm just going to kind of turn it over to you.
Yeah.
Tell me why you're here, what you got going on, and let's roll.
Thanks for having us, man. Happy to be here. Huge fan of the show and enjoy the camaraderie and the community building that you're doing here in the music scene. So definitely wanted to take advantage of that. I'm here kind of in a show ambassador capacity as well. Just kind of help put get the word out about this show that we have coming up, presented by the Backpack Mafia out of Buffalo. These folks have a series of beat battles, kind of these producer showcases where, they're kind of going head to head. People are bringing their best instrumental production and having battles. They're kind of going, my beat battle, my beat versus yours, my production versus yours, and I kind of help facilitate the just bringing some people to it, bringing more eyes and ears to it. I feel like I'm in the wrestler manager. I'm like the pallbearer to JB's Undertaker today. Is kind of what I'm doing here, because he's here representing from the Albany beat side, and we're gonna chime in a little bit later with some folks representing the Buffalo side of things. But just helping to bring this show to the people and get the word out about it. Really is what I'm here for today.
And so, when is the actual event that we're talking about?
This is going to be April 6th at the Whiskey Pickle in Troy, New York. That's 409 Fulton Street in Troy. Big shout out to the Whiskey Pickle. They have a lot of fun over there.
Yeah.
And this is the first of its type there, and I know that there's going to be more to come. So this is kind of the the bit of a setup there for this particular show. At this moment, the spaces are locked in as far as the participants for the show, right? But we're looking to get more people involved in the next one. We're looking to kind of drive more interest in just this type of event happening, and bringing more people out to cheer it on and kind of witness the spectacle, like I said, of the showdown that is this beat battle.
Yeah, man.
And now when it's, because when I'm obviously familiar with what like a rap battle is, and when you say beat battle, so this is all stuff that, basically you have time to craft your beat, your production, and then you bring it and you present it, and then it's basically judged head to head. Is it like a bracket system, or is it just like based on applause? Like how does the whole thing?
I want to say it's going to be a little bit of everything, a little bit of, the crowd participation and applause. There probably will be some brackets that we have to look at or whatever for judging, and different criteria, probably clarity and production. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the full spectrum of how it's going to be judged, but some of those things should be within there somewhere.
And it's cool that you get the opportunity from contestant to contestant, each combatant that's going to be kind of taking part in this thing, right? Some people have a live setup that they're going to bring, and they're going to perform. They're going to orchestrate and kind of compose their beat and build each layer kind of right there in person. Others are going to have maybe a kind of pre-crafted thing to play. Some people might have turntables. That the hardware. Some people are probably sure going to use their phone, when they're there to do everything. Maybe somebody might pull out, a cassette tape or something with some who knows, how far back or forward in time we're going to go with the presentation of that. But that's what I think makes this exciting.
Yeah,
and kind of stacking these people up, and also the. Who are these people, right? Who are the, the folks that are kind of bringing this, music to the forefront? I think is always something that's like really interesting to tap into. And the people that you kind of least expect, and I think this kind of transcends all music performance, right? The folks that mingle at the bar, at the kind of the pre-sale merch table a little bit, that are kind of awkward, you talk to, and then you see them get on stage and shred, right? And just get busy, and they're like, oh my God. So I think there's a part of that unknown X factor that kind of gets judged too, that certainly the crowd can get into. Like the person be like, oh, we didn't expect that sound to come from this person kind of thing. And I feel like all those elements really tie into a fantastic live show.
And so, like, how many participants are in this one?
There's 8 total, but from the 518 area, we have myself, Sime Jesus, Milkshake Godfather, and N-Pro. All I'm going to say is the sleeper in the group is Milkshake Godfather. He is incredible, and people just don't know it. A lot of people haven't heard his production yet. I'm waiting to get some of his beats to rap over because they're so incredible, so layered, and you could tell he's put a lot of work in crafting his production. And watch his setup. When he comes, you're going to be like, oh, I see what's going on here. It's incredible. Incredible.
And so, you know, it's Buffalo versus, you know, the 518. But I feel like, I mean, and we talked before we got going, that the whole thing is about bringing everybody together.
That's
know?
right.
So, like, combatants and verses is like a, you know, it's a word to fit the thing. But in reality, it's all bringing people together. And because as artists, I'm sure you love hearing people that you had never heard, and then all of a sudden you're like, I've never heard of this dude before this event, and now you get this rabbit hole of other people in the whole state. Like, it's such a cool, you know, 518 and what is it, 315 out there?
Yeah, what's the Buffalo area code?
716.
716. I'll see, what the fuck do I know?
It does, and it definitely comes from love. And Grand Phee, who we're going to be checking in with later, is an artist from the Buffalo area that has come to the Capital District and has worked with us and has kind of collaborated with with us in the past. And the Backpack Mafia is a Buffalo-based kind of collective, and they, these series of beat battles they've been doing have been mostly, Buffalo based and Buffalo artists kind of coming together to do this thing, with this idea that they're going to take this kind of show on the road and take this thing around the, the state and the tri-state area and kind of as far as they can take it. So, it kind of was only right to kind of make that bridge and extend it coming back this way, and, happy to kind of, extend it to, as far and wide as we can. Like you said, as far as, with the idea of the show being in Troy, I feel like that extends a certain amount of like who's going to come out to this thing, who's going to be the product. Because the artists in Troy, I think, are really like onto something specifically that I can't wait. Like you said, Milkshake God, I'm really interested to see who's going to get involved this year.
And I mean, I've said it before, and on podcasts, so like it's on record that like Troy, even within the 518 scene, it's like its own special scene.
Oh yeah,
that is rising like rapidly. Like that place has become so fucking cool, and so many cool like music scene pockets are all right there. So like I feel like Troy is the perfect place for it because it's a captive audience. Like people are gonna show up, like without question. People are gonna show
for
up.
the music scene. It's definitely becoming the hub for the 518 area for sure. 20 years ago, it was Albany.
Yeah,
we'd congregate at Fusebox, and before it was Fusebox, QE2 and Bogies and places like that. Now it's definitely Troy. No fun.
20 years ago, I lived
Whiskey
in Troy.
Pickle,
and I'm like, and now I'm like, God damn, I wish it was this fucking cool when I was there.
Right, yeah.
What the hell? And like, it was starting to like be cool, like when I moved away, but then to watch it from afar, I'm just like, God damn, look at it go! Like, like look at it go.
Yeah, it's it seems like it's a necessary thing, and the idea of this kind of the the grander community building and trying to extend, the reach for, this one show to be able to take little footholds, and, there might be an Albany branch of this thing that kind of stays and does its own thing, and as it goes, it kind of like does its own little shop of horrors, pod seating in every window kind of thing, and then everybody's, it's like the beat battle world takeover, it's kind of where we're hoping to get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's opening doors for not only 518 musicians like out towards Buffalo, but it's opening, it's getting people from Buffalo here, and that's gonna create a little back and forth, and which will just grow.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's a great idea.
We've had that for years anyway. With Beat Shot, we would bring the Buffalo artists here, and we go out that way. We tour this little circuit from like Buffalo through Rochester, Utica, back down. We've done that several times. So
yeah, there's a great like camaraderie between the two cities.
Yeah, it's all love. We're all brothers and sisters.
It's something we were talking about before a little bit. This idea of the Magneto versus the Professor X approach, and a lot of the Beat Shot events have been very Professor X, and let's kind of build the school, and let's like get everybody together, you know, to harmony, and let's build a team kind of thing. And the idea of the battle is a little bit more Magneto style, right? And let's kind of go head to head and get this competition. Let the competition drive, you know, some of this a little bit here, the creativity in the scene and the energy behind that. And I think, you know, there's parallels too with like when you see a battle of the bands, you know, kind of these kinds of shows, there is like the community building of, hey, we all get to share this audience, so everybody's bringing their A game kind of thing. But you're also like looking behind the curtain, like, who the hell are these guys? You know, we got to follow that. We got to go behind these folks. You know, it's like, so that energy, you know, brings everybody up, I think, a little bit there when there's something, maybe a little bit at stake. I don't know what they're talking about as far as prizes or what,
I don't know what the prizes
you get,
are yet.
but I feel like that's kind of like the least of it. You know, it's like the energy of the competition.
I've seen them carry around wrestling belts as prizes. So if I can walk away with a belt, I'm going for it, you know?
Yeah.
I told them I'm bringing my A game, so they better be on their best behavior.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and it's funny because even like not even like Battle of the Bands, but even just like multi-artist bills at a, you know, that builds, you know, every time you play a show with like 3 other artists and you get to see them and they get to see you, you're always going to take something away from it. Be like, that motherfucker did that. I'm going to, like, I like that. I got my own twist on that. I'm going to, you know, like take a little bit from everybody. Like,
I remember I watched, I judged a Battle of the Bands probably a year and a half ago. I don't remember if you were there or not, but there was this band there called MBST.
Oh yeah, I know them. They've been on the show.
They're so incredible.
Yeah.
So, you know, Mirth Films was doing the Listen Up Awards. Every time I voted for them.
Yeah, and I think they are up again this year.
Yeah.
And they're great because they've been on the show, and then Lady T, the singer, she did when they did Run Rabbit Run, the Pink Floyd tribute. She was the female vocalist. Her and
Dolly.
Dolly,
Dolly, yes.
Yeah, that was when I first did the show. Actually, that was when I met both Lady T and Dolly at the.
Yep.
Well, it all comes around, man. Yeah, MBST are fucking fantastic.
Yes,
great music.
Yeah, man.
So speaking of music, I think we're at that point where we should maybe play a tune. So JB, you were gonna bring something to us?
Yeah. Well, you know, I've always been on this thing where I feel like the 518 area code has the best group of musicians per capita. We have the most and the best musicians per capita. So for me, it's always 518 versus everybody. So that's what we're going right now.
Sweet. Well, let's check out 518 versus everybody. JB, a.k.a. Dirty Moses, and then we'll be right back.
It's time to let my people go. 518 versus everybody.
Yeah, this is Jason and the Argonauts. Gang sipping 40s on the rooftop of the parking lot. I take payment in the form of shots. You ain't patient to inform the cops. I can't relate to these former jocks. I'm in the cut like a barber shop. Carving chop pigs with Dirty Moses, put them in the pot. Your shorty said I'm hot. Chill, this isn't food for thoughts. Ladies love me chubby, love me more when I've been doing squats. I'm a soldier with the iron bar. 1-ton superstar, cooling in the burning car. Student of the art of war, human that you all adore. Lose it in the booth and you'll be losing what you bargained for. The squad deep is Mariana Trench. The 518 claim victory no matter what we up against. We got a sixth sense, everyone we see is dead. Cooking up the beef till everybody in the team is fed.
Power knowledge. Yo, you know what? Come on. I rep that 5-1 infinitely straight up. Fixing to get 8 high, grease and season they plate up. Waiter, flavor who it be, condiments to the guests. Pay ya gratuity and get compliments to the chefs. But rude banquets get their food played with. True statements, we work in care like urgent care. We don't do patience. You get hurt in here. Why I hate if you done migrated? No cap at all, and why cap at all? Catch a traffic ticket if you violated. My fame, knuckle game, hustle is a fatal art. One hard punch, starstruck, fucking up your natal chart. So retrograde me 6 feet, I'll get your metro paid. Round trip, ground slip, packed till you regret your stay. Mo's dark in my circle, trying to describe the ranges. Brought drama to mama dearest, now no more why get hangers. To put it short, do you low down if you pick me? We get it out the mud just like a spud, you dig me?
I done said this before. Y'all really want war? You should think it over. I'm straight drop. Poppy, hold a baking soda. I go ape on beats, nigga. Call me Cobra. I've been hoods and streets. You only doing yoga. Boom, bad beats on the track. You must be new to this. Swimming in the pool full of sharks. You such a tuna fish. I break these rappers down to a T. That's a crucifix. Till you start calling the boot, so you know who the shit. I burn them down, still cross bridges. I'm acting ludicrous. Calm, but I still get vicious. I'm such a lunatic. These rap niggas beyond pussy. Call them uterus. Now everybody wanna be famous. It really got me pissed. Lukewarm rappers get fame over who really hot. Self-proclaimed top 5 niggas, what they be really pop. I've been a top op. Niggas hate. I do the Diddy bop. See me Glock wop, it'll feel like kissing a cinder block. I bend your block, caving your shit, click them like spinny top. Hit the Henny, stand on your grave, and bust a milli rock. He said he gon' do what the who? Nigga, really not. A lot of y'all talk a lot spice, cause you be really
This that upstate New York life. So talk nice, cause we off lights. Stomp a nigga out in some off whites. Shootouts in broad daylight, and we fought nights. Court strikes, this is real life Fortnite. The OG, but no preacher. Speak for young boys so eager to blow heaters. The ones on demon time, niggas is soul keepers. Been putting work in since Brandy was Moesha. I don't need ya. Enemies will talk about giving me a loss. I stay away from niggas cause they energy be off. If a rapper taking shots, better be Hennessy or Cowan. Anything else won't work out like the chemistry is off. The whole industry is soft. The game is corny, I bang the 40. Headshot, not your feet. I'm in a different lane than Tory. Every verse real, filled with my pain and glory. I'm just happy to be here. Keep praying for me.
Yeah. Yo. Dirty Moses, I part C's, I part legs, I pop bottles, I pop tags, I break bread, I break records, I break barriers, break legs, I'll eat your food, I break fast, this ain't fair, I speak in science, I speak life, speak the language of love, speaking in tongues, whispering sweet nothings, your girl wanna fuck up your whole program, can't fuck with flow, man, can't touch this when it's hammer time and I let it go, man, leave you frozen, no characters or caricatures, just the all I seeing, Machiavelli in the flesh, all eyes on me, and dear mama, I'm the sperm that made it, heard I'm the greatest, soon to be famous, so I seize the moment and own it, show my dedication to the art form with the depth perception to grow. If you pick up on what I'm putting down, you know that I'm holding. Can't talk with a gun in your mouth, cause silence is golden. I go in, yeah, and you will not win. Better warn your friends. I ain't done though. Yeah, I could tell y'all never ever really had a battle when it shows. I'm the one that'll step up on the scene and give you crazy different flows. I'm the type that'll go all night with your wife. Watch her around me, nothing but goons around me. Don't try to surround me, my flow astounding. One word, excellence. Add black to the start of that, that's one fine specimen. Me, diary of a black man, half myth, half legend. Starting a riot, always causing a racket. Ratchet in my bomber, that's a full metal jacket. You better chill before you feel how that full metal impacts, kid. Full tactical vests on, let bygones be bygone. Tell your family goodbye, son. It's about to get live, huh? This is the tip of the iceberg, that's me with my chains on. Waking up in a cold sweat, James Brown, my theme song. God body in the flesh, there's no other explanation. Remember the name, JB? 2 exclamations.
All right, that was 518 versus everybody. And while we were listening to the tune, Jody, you were actually talking to JB and kind of had some questions, wanted to get some insight for him. So I'm actually gonna throw the microphone over to you and let you ask JB some questions.
Yeah, Andy, I appreciate it. I just know, JB, you wear many hats at this. You know, you're an MC, you're a writer, you're a producer. You craft on many levels. Mm-hmm. So when you're into the mindset of a beat battler, when it gets into warrior production mode, mm-hmm. How do you get yourself into warrior production mode here?
Warrior production mode for me is the same way I would be in warrior rap mode. I'm trying to think of what's going to get the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. Like the song we just heard, 518 versus everybody, I produced that. We might wind up hearing that beat during the beat battle because it has that effect to it, you know. So I just like to sit down in front of my computer or my ASR 10 because I ripped that out of the packaging and started using it last week because of the beat battle, and just listen to samples. I'll play around with different tones and textures with keys and see what sticks. And if I hear a sample that sticks, I'll search for the right drums. I'll go unload up the drums, and I'll just move forward from there. But my main focus as a battler, if I'm battling someone for beats, my main focus is to make sure I get the oohs and ahs from the audience. That's what I want.
Is there any cheat code to this, as far as like, you know what, when I use this drum or I use this horn, or I know that you're a DJ, right? So you kind of have a sense of crowd control in that sense. If I know, like, hey, you know, the crowd goes wild with this Michael Jackson thing, or if you throw some James Brown scream in there, we're gonna get, you know, is there any kind of cheat code to this at all?
I think the cheat code that everybody should remember is clarity of production. That's the cheat code. I can't give away my cheat codes to people, but clarity of production is always nice. I know, you know, you and I, we like stuff from the 80s and 90s, so we like dirty stuff, but I think the crisper the drums are and the more that snare knocks, the easier it's going to be for me to win.
Yeah.
I feel like my whole team going to win. Me, N-Pro, Milkshake Godfather, and Sam Jesus, we gonna win, man. Buffalo is dope. We know Buffalo is dope, but we're gonna win this easily, hands down. And like I said in the last segment, Milkshake Godfather, he's the sleeper of everybody. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck did I just listen to? This dude is amazing." Like, I know I'm dope in real life, and we know Sam is dope in real life. Sam is on the team,
absolutely.
And M-Pro, he produced One of One off of my last album, so I know he's dope. That's why I hand selected everyone that's in there right now.
Yeah. And I know you, like you said, you have an ear for production for your own right, for your own projects here. Going into this battle as an audience member, as a kind of, as well as a combatant, is there anything that you're looking for in particular, you know, for your, you know, shopping list for JB's next album?
And I'm looking for anything that screws my face up. If I listen to it and my face gets screwed up and I'm like, oh, I get the stink face like I just smelled the fart.
Right.
That's the joint right there. That's the one. You know, that one, like I said, if those drums are knocking and that sample is just like speaking to me, if y'all are sampling, you know, then I'm ready. I want it. I'll put up a bag for it. No, I won't, but maybe I will. We'll see.
Talk to me about the drop, you know, when we're talking about building a beat,
right,
and getting the, you know, the audience ready and kind of building that anticipation. How important is the drop?
The drop is the most important part. It's like, okay, we hear something happening. What's about to happen? Then you might hear a low scream coming or whatever it is, and then something just drops. And once it drops, if that head is bobbing, we know we got you.
Right. That's right.
That's it.
Cap City beat battle. Yeah, man. Buffalo versus the Capital District. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, man. Backpack Mafia. I'm loving it. I think you should give Phee a call.
We do.
We got to get him on the phone.
He'll give us a little background as to really how this all came about here and what the Buffalo energy is like. And I know it's a city that kind of recently had, you know, a bigger spotlight shown on it as far as this, you know, the hip hop music scene. And these cats are hungry out there, man, and really trying to showcase some music. So I think it's really, we got to check in with him and see what's going on out there to really see what the kind of energy they're going to try to bring out here.
All right, cool. So let's check in with Phee right now.
Phee, man, good to talk to you. We're checking in, man, talking about this beat battle. I wanted to hear about how this whole thing came to be, man. How'd you start putting this thing together?
Well, you know, I used to hang out there with y'all, and we was all into the beats and the rhyming and stuff. And I'm a Buffalo, you know, I'm a Buffalo native. I started in the late '90s with the hip hop thing, and I was always kind of into the production. And then once I had some time to sit down, you know, I started making beats myself, and, you know, I was always into touring and setting up shows and performing as an MC and stuff. And I saw an opportunity to put on for the city, you know, as it was developing its name amongst the world for hip hop. And I decided to let the MCing go and become a conduit for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, you know, I've been around, I've done a lot of things just as an underground MC. And I was like, you know, this would be a great time to just be a curator for Buffalo culture and just hip hop culture as a whole, you know. And I started the beat battles in about 2018, 2019. I had the idea sitting in my brain for a while, and I just didn't have the right time or the right team or anything to do it. And I hooked up with El Biz, who's a veteran around the city and stuff, and he's got a great work ethic, you know, and we just clicked up, man. We just clicked up. It was a good look, if you ask me, you know. I really appreciate where it's gone so far, you know what I'm saying? So basically it's one of those labors of love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a lot of love, man. I appreciate us, you know, getting involved with this, you getting us involved with this, and just kind of making it all happen together, man. When we're talking about the battle itself and the kind of the layout of the battle, how are we judging each round here? What are the kind of the criterias we're looking for from round to round from the contestants?
Well, the thing that make Backpack Mafia special is, like, you know, we hold it down with the we do a collaboration challenge sometimes, you know, depending on the match, depending on the talent of the producers. We'll have like a collaboration round where they'll invite an MC, or they'll get a sample that was handpicked by us, or they'll get a remix. We got a remix challenge where you remix an acapella. Whoever lays it under the best beat wins, and it's all crowd participation judged. So we got a vocal meter that we use to judge the crowd's, you know, loudness, you know, for each contestant.
Okay, I love
that. And after like 3 rounds, best of 3 rounds, you know, and if we have to have a draw, we'll do a bonus round. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, out of the best of 3 rounds, you know, we pick a winner, you know, for that season.
Okay. And now for this show that's coming up on April 6th, we have the combatants locked in. But how can if somebody that wants to get involved in the next round and potentially the next showcase that comes around, how do we get involved in that if we're a participant or an audience member? Hopeful participant.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can hit us up at Backpack Mafia 716 on Instagram. You can hit us up there and DM us about getting involved in the battles, and we'll give you the layout of how we do it. You know, sometimes we have open auditions, and sometimes we have a submission situation where you submit links and stuff to your work, and then we try to match you up with the right battle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we real accessible, you know, if the people need to get at us.
I have JB, aka Dirty Moses, here with me, and we've been repping pretty hard for the Albany team on this side here. What can we expect to hear from Buffalo and the Buffalo side of the contestants?
Man, I got some of the champions that was ready to go. You know, everybody couldn't make the trip, but I definitely got some of the champions that was portable and adaptable to the situation, and they ready and they hungry. So, you know, you already seen, you know, how Buffalo people give it up. So, you know, these is Buffalo people that's hungry with it, ready to go take it on the road and show what they got. So, you know what I mean? These are some of the hand-picked best that we got, you know, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I saw from help with Jay, you know what I mean? These are some of the best out of there, man. You know? So I think it's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Final question here, and just trying to think about the getting into the mind of one of these combatants here. What is it do you think is that maybe is the, you know, a factor to bring that makes that separates the, you know, the maybe the hobbyist producer from a beat battler?
Well, if I could give any advice to anybody, you know, new or old to the situation, I would say play to the crowd. You know, the crowd is who judges this. So if you win the crowd, you pretty much win the match. So play to the crowd. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Phee, we appreciate you taking the time to check in with us here at the Dazzle Den. Godspeed, man. We'll see you soon. Off with their heads, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Backpack Mafia, man. We see y'all boys soon, man. Peace and love, man. Remember, or what is it? April 6th, man. I see y'all boys very soon. Less than 3 weeks away, right?
Yes, sir. That's right. It's coming up very soon.
About 3.5 weeks away, man. I appreciate y'all time, man. Peace and blessings to y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peace.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so thanks for that. That was Jody talking with Grand Phee. And, before we go, Jody, you were saying that you're going to have like a kind of a mashup or a super mix of a lot of the combatants so that we can get an idea of who's going to be there. So I guess before we do that, why don't you kind of tell everybody who's going to be a part of the show?
That's right. We said a lot of words about all of this, and at the end of the day, it's really about the beats, and it's about the instrumentals, and it's about the production work that's going to get put on stage and showcased here. And the combatants that are holding this down are pretty fantastic. And so holding down the Capital District side of things here, right? We have JB, aka Dirty Moses, right?
Yes, sir.
We have Unsigned Jesus. We have N Pro and the Milkshake Godfather. From Buffalo side of things, we have C Reels, Baby Girl, the Donut Slinger, and Freeman the Spook, right? So on both ends, we have heavy hitters, contenders, primed and, ready to, take each other's heads off here. And, we're just going to do a bit of a mashup here, a quick kind of snippet showcase, if you will, here if we just get a taste of what we'll be hearing at the live venue.
Okay, cool. So
I'm coming for blood.
JB's coming for blood. You heard it here. So let's listen to this little mashup of the combatants, and then we'll be right back to wrap it up with Jody and JB.
It's the Buffalo versus Cap City beat battle featuring Milkshake Godfather. Backpack Mafia Beat Battle 2024 featuring Milkshake Godfather. It's the Buffalo versus Cap City beat battle featuring Milkshake Godfather. April 6th at the Whiskey Pickle in Troy, New York. Tickets and information at the Backpack Mafia 716. See you there.
All right, so that was the what are we calling it? The super mix, the super mashup, whatever.
Yeah, it's exactly that. The little instrumental, the beat battle mix down.
Yeah, something that Jody made to showcase the contestants of the beat battle.
Told y'all I was coming for blood.
So, I want to thank JB and Jody, both of you, for coming out and taking time to sit down with me in the Dazzle Den and shoot the shit about this super cool event and, record this special episode with me. And before we go, I want to give you both a chance to say what I call your gratitudes. So, Jody, we'll start with you.
First of all, shout out to you, Andy, and thanks for having us, come through here to the Dazzle Den and your platform and being able to kind of just sit here and chat. It's been great, man. Shout out to the Beat Shop Music team. Special shout out to True Master. I believe this is going to be DJ True Master's kind of return
Event.
to the
Nice.
Capital
Love that
District
dude.
as well.
Well,
I
he's
feel
been
like
down in,
he's
Florida, right?
He's
Yeah,
been
he's
doing
in the
his thing.
Keys.
He's like, and this is the return. I think people are like, who would we listen to? We don't know how to dance without True anymore. So it's like this will be party people. Fear not. Your DJ has returned. So shout out to True. And my man JB here. Super shout out to Grand Phee and the Buffalo team out there, and everybody at Backpack Mafia and Unsigned Jesus and everybody that's involved in this show and everybody that comes out. Certainly the Whiskey Pickle crew. And man, just happy to be here and showcasing music, man. It's great.
I love it. I want to shout you out too, Andy. Listen,
Thank you.
when I was working on the album, you was one of the first people to hear a track and play a track from the album. So I'm very, very grateful. Show you gratitude, man. You're the man. I appreciate your platform. But outside of that, shout out to Beat Shop Music, of course. That's the family. Myself, Just Because Entertainment. And, yeah, that's it. I'm not even going to give my teammates any shout-outs because I know they're bringing the fire. I'm not even worried about them. we're going to set Troy on fire. Buffalo, we're going to send y'all running home packing. That's all I want to say. We're going to send y'all running home packing. And when y'all pack up and go home, right after that, I'm going to head out on a tour in April. Just winner's tour. Y'all know what I mean. When you on a winning streak and you're doing so well and you're winning in everything that you're doing, you got to showcase that to the rest of the world. So I'm going to go on a little tour. And do a little victory lap around the Northeast. I probably go to Canada too. You know what I mean? I might even go to Buffalo and stomp around a little bit and kick a building or two like Snoop did in New York City. I might bring Sign with me too. We might go kick some buildings down. As a matter of fact, speaking of Sign, I got some beats for Simon. He got some beats for me. We're going to work on an album called Jesus and Moses. Y'all heard it first here. Peace.
So Jody Cowan, JB, a.k.a. Dirty Moses. I'm
Talk
Andy
a lot
Scullin.
of SHIT.
This is Unsigned 518. I'll see you on the road. Unsigned 518 is produced and hosted by me, Andy Scullin. New episodes are available every week wherever you stream podcasts. If you would like to help support the show, please like and subscribe wherever you are listening, or you could buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/unsigned518. If you would like to advertise on the show, send me an email at unsigned518@gmail.com. And to be a guest on the show, reach out to me through Instagram at unsigned518. Take care of one another, and I'll see you next week.